Welcome back to Bibliophiles Audiophiles. This week we are covering A Court of Wings and Ruin.
Book 3 and episode 3 of Month of Maas.
Month of Maas. I like that. It's Moss Month, everybody!
Nah, I like Month of Maas better than Moss Month.
Month is better, yeah. Because Moss Month kind of sounds like you're talking about moth, and it reminds me of the Mothman from SpongeBob.
The Mothman from SpongeBob?
Is there not a Mothman in there? No, because they're in the ocean. How'd that work? You know what? I'm dumb. Anyways.
I can picture it in my head, though.
I want to say there's a Mothman in SpongeBob. There is, because Sandy has butterflies, and they're terrified of them. You know, because Patrick and SpongeBob. I don't know, it's Mothman.
Well, that's a butterfly, though.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
That's not a moth, that's a butterfly.
You know what?
But there's a different Mothman that I'm thinking of, and I can't think of it right now, but that came out really southern.
I'm thinking about it right now.
I can't think of it. But
anyway, sidetrack, we're already way off the mark here.
A minute in and we're gone.
You want to restart?
No.
Okay.
Not worth it.
Great.
Okay, so Court of Wings and Ruin blurb. There's some bold lines in this thing, so you ready?
Yeah.
Feyre will bring vengeance. She has left the Night Court and her High Lord and is playing a deadly game of deceit. In the Spring Court, Tamlin is making deals with the invading king, threatening to bring Prythian, probably not, I didn't pronounce that right, P-Town to its knees.
P-Town. I love our made-up names for this.
It's just easier.
Yeah.
So, Tamlin is making deals with the invading king, threatening to bring P-Town to its knees, and Feyre is determined to uncover his plans. But to do so, she must weave a web of lies, and one slip may spell doom not only for Feyre, but for her world as well. As mighty armies grapple for power, Feyre must decide who to trust amongst the dazzling and lethal High Lords, and hunt for allies in unexpected places. But while war rages, it is her heart that will face the greatest battle.
That's all in bold.
Yeah.
Man, there's some bold letters out there.
It really is. So that's that.
Oh, that's the blurb? Okay, I thought there was going to be more.
No. Content warnings.
Oh, I have them wrote down right here.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, what are they?
Violence, war, sexual content, and death. In a Moss book? Surely not. Alright, here are the reviews. 2 stars. Thank God that's over. 5 stars. If there is one thing Maas is the queen of, it's plot twist. She never even gives us a chance to guess what's going to happen. I genuinely thought that nothing could rival Throne of Glass, but I was wrong. 5 stars. It just keeps getting better, honestly. The series has me wrapped around its finger, or talon, I suppose. That's nice. Little twist. 5 stars. This series lives in my heart and soul. So most of these are 5 or 4 stars. I forgot the overall rating.
4.31.
I'm glad you remember because I don't.
I had it pulled.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 4.31 or 4.3 for special people.
Yes. Shall we start?
Spoiler.
Yeah.
There's some spoilers coming up, sweetie. You better cover your ears.
Do you want to start with like our overall rating, or you want to wait till the end? Because like sometimes I just jump right into it when I'm excited. You can probably go ahead and guess what my rating is, though.
Is it a 5?
Yes.
You want to know what mine is?
4.29.
No, it's 2.5. But
I was gonna say 2.5, but I was like, for giggles, I'm just gonna say 9.
No, yeah. For me, I think this is my first 700-page book.
Really?
700+ page book, yes. And it felt long.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Like, it doesn't drag on, but it kind of drags on.
Yeah, it just felt very slow going, and even like at the halfway point in the book, it still just felt like it was dragging, and it was a struggle.
Yeah,
and it was a lot.
Had to like power through it a little bit.
Yeah.
My first note is I feel bad for Lucien because Feyre really did use him to manipulate Tamlin. He was kind of like a chess piece in her game.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad for him.
You know what I kind of wanted? I kind of low-key wanted them to, like, form an alliance together.
They did.
They did,
yeah.
But this was, like, first 2 notes that I have in my, like, for this book. I was just, like, I low-key, like, really wanted them to have an alliance with each other. Yeah. Because I didn't think he was, like, all bad. The whole situation that happened.
Was a little bit deserved.
Yes.
He didn't help her.
Yes.
He tried.
Yes.
Quote unquote.
Yes.
Yes.
But they've all grown.
Yeah.
I think he's had his come to Jesus moment with the
Yeah.
way like
He really
Tamlin is.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, bro sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at that point, I really wanted them to like form an alliance together, and I wanted him to go with her to the Night Court, which he did.
I'm really glad he did, because now he's no longer a POS.
Yeah.
I also think it's really cringe how everyone is mating in this book, because in the first book it's talking about how rare mating is,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh, nobody mates, you know, you're lucky if you ever find one, and then it's like boom, 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 and I'm just like, bro, no, like why is everybody mating in this book?
It's funny though, because like they do mention quite a lot about how I actually don't even remember them saying that mating was rare.
It did in the first book.
I don't remember that, but you know, like they talk about how Rybred and Feyre are both mates.
Yeah.
And then like Lucien and Elaine.
Yeah.
But then they also mentioned how Rybred's parents were mates.
Yeah.
And
then it also mentions Lucian's parents were mates, does it not?
yes, I'm pretty sure. And then I think Callias, the High Lord of Winter.
Yeah. And
his wife are
yeah,
both
well,
mates.
They're mates, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like
So it's kind of like, oh, this is rare, by the way.
hypocritical.
Yeah, like here's 12, you know?
Like, contradicting.
Yeah, it is very
That's the word.
contradicting.
With the beginning of the book starting off with her, you know, completely destroying the Spring Court and then leaving.
Yeah.
And going through, like, pretty much walking from
Yeah.
Spring Court all the way up to the Night Court.
Yeah.
Which they used Faebane.
Yeah, so they're putting in their food.
Yeah,
and
was
poisoning
slowly,
them.
so she couldn't like use her powers, which is why
Yeah.
they had to go. That whole
foot.
like her and Lucien like going from like one court to the next to the next to the next to the next, which it wasn't that many next. But point being, it gave Catching Fire vibes, because you remember how in Catching Fire they're in that arena, and based off of what time it is,
Yes.
the whole thing
Yeah,
like
it
changes.
shifts, yeah.
Yeah, that's what like it,
It
was.
does-
Give,
yeah,
it,
it does
it made
give
me
it.
think of that.
This series really does give Hunger Games.
It really
I
does.
like it though. I love Hunger Games.
Me too. Me too.
It also kind of gives Divergent, because like the factions and the different courts.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Like
There-
not as much as Hunger Games. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I love how Farrah sees paintings in her mind and names them, like as
Yes.
she's slowly reconnecting back to her
Yes.
artistic
Yes.
sides. I love that.
The character growth.
Yeah.
On my first note, though, was I was really happy that Rybred and Feyre were still mates, and that like it wasn't like an actual bond breaking.
Yeah.
Like that made my heart happy.
Yeah, so it was like maybe like their, what was it? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Their deal, their bargain. That's what it was. Like the bargain was broken.
Yes.
But the mate bond wasn't.
Yes.
And I love that. Because
Yes.
I don't think Tamlin knew they were mated. Yeah, I didn't
No,
think
he
did.
knew they were mates, but he didn't know there was an official ceremony taking place and that
Yeah.
they were actually like mated.
Accepted, yeah.
Because she had the original bargain tattoo on one arm, but then the mated bond
Went on the other one.
on the other arm, and she
Yeah.
concealed that.
Yeah.
So he didn't know.
Yeah. I like that. That was really cool.
I like that deception. The whole
Yeah.
the whole her being in like the Spring Court and
Infiltrating
doing all
it
that
from
stuff.
the inside.
She is so like cunning
Yeah.
and very. What word did I use? Because I know I wrote it down. Smart and cunning is what I wrote. So yeah, she's smart and cunning, and like the way that she like strategically played out the situation,
Yeah.
so that everything would just like crumble,
Yeah.
and like basically was her revenge
Yeah.
against Tamlin for everything that he did. I was just like
100% deserved. Yeah.
beautiful.
I have finally found my ick in this series.
Really.
Did you find the ick because you ran to your notes when I said that?
I did in this series, but I don't remember if it
can't
was this
hear you
book or
when you
not.
talk like that.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I finally
hear that?
I finally found my ick. Snorted. Anytime anyone laughs, I'm assuming it's laughing. It's written as snorted, and in my mind,
I'm not
I
icked
just
by that.
see a pig. Like I snort when I laugh really hard, as you know, probably in the last episode because we were giggly.
Oh yeah.
But they just snort. It's like, oh, Farrah said something, and then like, you know, Rybred is just like, like what? Like I tried Googling it. I'm like, what does it mean when someone snorts in a book? And like, I could not find anything.
I think more like that's what I think.
Why do people do it so often then? Like 5 times on one page, you go.
No, my ick word, I can't find it, but I know I wrote. Oh wait, no, I found it. It is on this book too. The word sniggered.
Sniggered,
Sniggered.
like CK or GG. Snick or Snig?
Gigi.
Gigi?
I hate that word.
Oh, I
It
do
icks me.
too. Yeah.
I like snickered, like the candy
CK.
bar.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that better
fine.
than that, and
Yeah.
it just it's an ick word for me.
Yeah.
The other ick that I had in this book was kissed back of palm.
I'm sorry. So, like, the top of their hand?
The
will be
back of the hand?
palm?
Yes,
Why would you not say back of the hand?
exactly.
Instead of back of the palm.
Like I didn't. To me, it doesn't make sense because you say palm, I think palm.
My mind immediately jumped to scalping the palm, turning it like an omelet,
Yes.
and then kissing it.
Yes,
That was gross.
That's why it's my ick, because I'm like, why don't you just say back of the hand?
Yeah, just say
Why are you
kiss my knuckles even.
kiss my knuckles?
Yeah.
Why are you saying back of palm?
That's just wrong.
No, I don't like it. It's an ick for me.
That's like when they're trying to create new words to talk about genitalia. And
yes.
instead of just saying the back of the hand, they're like the back of the palm.
yes.
Where's their dad at, for real?
Yes.
My bro is not in this book because they're just like, oh, he's off trading. You know, we're going to war, but he's off trading.
I figured he would be in the book.
At some
He does
point.
come back in the end, right?
In the end, yeah.
Yes. So I figured like throughout the entire book, because like they like mentioned him like briefly, and
Yeah.
I kept thinking about that throughout the entire book. I was just like,
Where's he at?
But I was like, he's probably gonna play some important part at the end of the book.
Yeah.
Somehow he's gonna come back in, because otherwise they wouldn't have been talking about it, or they would have come up with something way more creative. I say they as if multiple people wrote this book.
Yeah. Yeah, Maas. Get it
Maas.
together. No.
She would have come up with something better
Yeah.
for like where he is. So
Instead
he's gonna
of
be
they're just saying, oh, dad's trading.
So something's gonna happen.
Yeah. Anytime Farrah needs help, she's like, oh, cereal.
Yes.
That kind of made me laugh every single, like, she
But-
was like, oh man, I need answers.
I
I'll go
almost
find cereal.
just knocked that down again.
Again. Like, I know where to go. And I'm just like, bro.
But I like the cereal.
I do.
Like the
My
fact
very-
that if she needs an answer, she could just catch one.
Apparently,
And
it's rare to
and-
catch that. And
Well,
she's done it
it's
like thrice.
Feyre though.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty cool. You know, girl
Yeah.
queen.
I mean, as a human, she caught one.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah,
she's a baddie.
she is. My next note was, bruh, the cereal died.
Yeah.
And it was a dreamer. Stop. I cried. I did cry. I cried when the cereal died. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't.
You don't cry for
That's
anything.
typical for me, clearly. I was sad though. Like it broke my heart that
Yeah.
the cereal died, and then
I
I was
know.
so happy that because that happened at the same time that she was outside of the Weaver, right?
Yeah.
And
When she led Ian
over
Ian
there,
Orr over there.
yeah. And
Ian Thee
she pretty much fed her to the Weaver.
to the she's like, oh, she's young and pretty. I know where to take her. And she just
Yeah.
like bolted for the Weaver's cottage. And then the Weaver came at the war and fought
Yes.
for them.
And so
Loved
did
it.
like Bryaxis.
Bryaxis?
Yes.
I think it's Bryaxis.
And the Bone Carver. I really like that. I was really sad when the Bone Carver died.
In the cell. He was in the cell.
No, he wasn't in the cell when he died.
Yeah, no, but that's what you're talking about. There's so many characters introduced in this book, and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
the one in
bruh.
the cell.
Yeah,
He's the one that died.
he looked like their son.
Yes.
Yes, okay, yeah. I know, I got really sad about that.
I was
too.
really sad when he died. I was just like, I don't want him to die.
Bro,
Because, I mean, he might have been a tricky little bastard.
bastard,
but,
yeah.
You know, I didn't want him to die.
I thought it was really sweet when Farrah asked Hellion, the Lord of the Day Court, I believe he's either Day or Dawn, and
Day.
he asked him Day. She asked him for his cloak to give you the cereal because the cereal they're like, oh, you can give it a nice robe, and that's how you attract it or whatever. And so she laid it on the body before they burned it, and that made me feel really happy because it's kind of like instead of just leaving it there for animals to eat it, you know, decomposing, they gave it a proper burial type deal.
Say his name
Cremation.
again, though.
Cereal?
No.
Hellion?
Hellion?
Yeah.
Alexa pronounces it Helion.
Helion? It may actually be Helion, but I say Hellion because I'm Southern.
I think Helion just because there's one L.
That's true. That's
But then
true.
again, like I said, I don't. The one thing I don't like about fantasy books is the names.
yeah. It may be Hellion? Helion? Helion? Oh, that makes so much more sense. But
I don't know.
I just say Hellion. We'll
probably-
just call him Helen. Ellen. We'll call him Helen.
Sure.
No.
I mean, with all the other nicknames we got.
Yeah, we got so many going on. We'll just call him Daddy Day.
Daddy Day!
There's the daddy for this episode.
In this book, I still also did not like Nesta. And it broke my heart that Elaine was hurting so bad.
Yeah,
I wish there were, like, I understand the situation, though, from Farrah's perspective, in that this is her sibling, and her sibling is hurting, and is going through something, and there's nothing that she can do.
Yeah.
And there's, like, you want to help her, but it just...
Every time it got around to talking about Elaine, I just got so sad.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what are they going to do to fix it? You know?
Because, like, but I also relate to Elaine on that part, because it's just, like, she felt so hopeless alone and all that, and I've been there before, too.
And, like,
so,
her fiance don't even love her no more.
all just because she's Faye.
Yeah.
Racist.
Yeah. Man. Closed-minded. Another, why is everybody throwing up in this book?
Did you say what?
Why is everybody throwing up in this book?
Yes! That's one of my notes. My notes was Farrah be queasy.
She does.
She's always queasy.
It's
Like,
like...
I kept thinking, I'm like in the back of my mind, and I'm like, she's gonna be pregnant.
She's sad. She's queasy. She's at war. She's queasy. She's scared.
Yes.
She's queasy. She's angry. She's queasy. And I'm like, bro.
She's so queasy.
I actually wrote that down when Nesta was facing the King of Hybern, and she vomited out of fear or some shit. And I'm like, why is everybody throwing up all the time? Like, left and right, somebody's throwing up.
Although, I mean, we've never been to war, so we don't know. It's like...
I would like, you know, me being the very sheltered, comfortable person I am, I don't think I'd throw up. I might pee my pants, but I probably won't throw up. Rye bread dying almost got me.
You are gonna be so proud of me.
Did you cry?
I sobbed.
You cried! I'm so proud of you!
I sobbed. I was driving home, too, so I was listening to audio version style. I remember the road I was on. It was late at night. It was like midnight, and I was driving, and it got to that part, and I was just like, I swear to God.
Like, stop.
I'm like, if you die, and then...
It's like I just started liking you.
No, I mean, I liked him for a while at that point. You know,
okay,
it's been
good.
2 books, you know, it's the end of the 3rd book. I started sobbing. I wish I took a picture of myself, but obviously I was driving. But I was, like, sobbing. I had tears, like, flowing down my face. And I was just like, if this man dies, like, this is the love of my life. Like, how are you gonna kill him?
I'm so proud of you for crying.
I sobbed.
You weak.
Oh no.
I couldn't wait to tell you. I was going to tell you right away, but then I was just like, nah, I gotta save this for the podcast.
Gotta save it for the podcast.
But I sobbed. Then...
I almost did too.
And then afterwards, because, you know, like, when they all, like, gave their little, like, nuggets of life to him, and they brought him to life, I started laughing, because I'm like, I can't believe I just cried about that.
It's just like, oh, he's dead. You know, sob. Oh, he's alive. Yay. My next note is bye, daddy, because their dad died.
Oh, back to, like, that, the first episode of Month of Maas. You know how she dies with her neck snapping?
Yeah.
That's how her dad dies.
Yeah.
Her dad dies with the snap of the neck.
Yeah.
I didn't connect that until you said it in the first episode, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
What a sweet connection.
I hate Nesta in that moment. Like, I tolerated Nesta, but I hated her in that moment because he looked at her and said, I love you. And she just stared at him.
Yeah.
He rode into battle on a ship. I mean, I kind of get it because he's kind of useless for, like, the last decade. But, like, he said, I loved you. And he said some really nice stuff. And then she's just staring at him. And then the King of Hybern snaps his neck. And she's just like, okay, I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't really like Nesta.
No.
Like, I didn't even, like, tolerate her. I just did not like her.
Yeah.
I was just like, she
was so mean to Farrah.
She was.
Like, for no reason. Like, you know, Elaine is going through what she's going to, and then Nesta is just like, oh, it's your fault. And Farrah's like, I'm not the one that dragged you there. For real.
Yeah, like, Nesta, like, really favored Elaine, and I hated that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
she's not the baby sister. She's the middle sister, but she's not completely...
and she might be a little more fragile.
Yeah.
But Farrah did so much for you.
Yeah.
So, like, how are you going to be such a bitch to her?
Yeah. Like,
after everything she's done for you.
And she's holding that against, like, Nessa is holding that against Farrah.
I hated that.
I know. I'm like, she didn't cause this, and she doesn't know how to fix it. What do you expect her to do? Pull a magic wand out of her butt and wave it, you know? I mean, like, there's nothing she can do to fix this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why Nesta was always so angry at her about that. Lucien is useless. He's just like, my mate, let me talk to my mate. And then he's like, adios, because he's like, I'm gonna go find these people to help with the war.
Well, I think at that point he kind of, like, he wanted to try, but he also didn't want to push her.
Yeah, I do respect that.
And, you know, because she still needed to heal, like, and he wanted to feel useful, because, like, what else is he gonna do? He can't be at the spring court where he had, like, usefulness over there.
Yeah.
But now he's here, and he doesn't
go back.
And the other people don't particularly like him, because he sold them all out.
Yeah.
You know, he needs to feel useful in some way to shape or form, so that's why he volunteered to go
find the lost queen.
Yeah.
Kind of deal, yeah.
So, I actually kind of liked him for that.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is that there's a lot of, like, twists and turns, I feel like, throughout this whole series, where it's kind of just, like, she's really good at developing characters in a way for you to portray and have this feeling towards them, and then later, like, it shifts.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, like I said with the first one, I really loved Tamlin. But then his toxic masculinity stuff came out, and I didn't like him. Yeah. And then comes time for the High Lord meeting, and he shows up, and he's like, oh, well, I guess I'm on you guys' side. And I'm just like, so he is on our side. Yeah. And then later, he's, like, not on their side. And he's
so
like,
wishy-washy.
It's so wishy-washy. And then the same thing with Jurian, too, because you're like, you're made to hate him, because he comes back to life, and he's with Hybern.
You're on our side.
But then you're like, and then Jurian's just like, well, by the way, I am on your side. Yeah. And it's kind of just like, well, like, who do we ally with here? Yeah. You know? Because, like, everyone just keeps swapping. Yeah. You know, and
who do I trust? Who do I believe here?
And one of the things I wrote is everyone for real ain't who they seem.
No, they really aren't. Because it's like, oh, there's this Syrian guy. He's been tortured and just, you know, his mind is completely ruined. And then he's like, by the way, I'm on your side. And you're just like,
are you?
Are you though? Are you really on my side? No, I did not like that part where he was just so wishy-washy. And then he ended up helping the human Elaine's fiance and his dad. Yeah. And then everyone's like, well, why are you helping him? Because he hates us. And then Jurian's like, oh, I'm a human. I gotta ally with humans. And we're just like, bro. I mean, I guess they did kind of help in the end, but, like, what is a human army going to do against a Fae army?
It's still an ally, and it's better help than not having any help,
Yeah, that's true.
I knew what I was going to say, but I lost it. Where is it on my page?
It's gone.
Oh, you know what? Something I really like. Mm-hmm. I really like the whole men having, like, a cat-like smirk / purr when they talk. Yeah. Oh, I love that so much.
Denny? Sorry. Yes, no, I don't know how that would sound, because, like, you know, I've tried to imagine that, but, like, are they just, like, in your ear, like, purr, you know? Yeah. I mean, thinking they're called bat boys, like, online, so why are they purring like cats?
I think of it more of, like, a deep, low male, like, rumble.
You are about the deep voices.
I really am.
Did you let my voice crack there?
Yeah.
I hit puberty in that moment.
Good for you. It's about time.
It's about time. You know, I'm only 22. I almost said 23. I'm only 22.
You're 23.
I'm not. Am I? I'm 23. Oh my gosh. Wow. Dang, I forget that I'm 23 now.
It's okay. I forget I'm 25.
I was going to say 23. Then I was just like, no, that's not right.
I almost say 26 sometimes. I'm like, nope, I ain't that old yet.
I'm not aging myself further. I mean, you are a MILF according to some people.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we hit all the things that I wrote, except one of the things I also wrote was bargains by the dozen.
Oh my gosh, yes. They're like, don't ever make a bargain. And Farrah's like, bargain. Is it?
You get a bargain, you get a bargain,
yeah,
you get a bargain, you get a bargain.
That meme, whoever that is.
Oprah.
I was going to say Oprah, but I'm like, surely not.
It is.
But yeah, she's like, one for you, one for you, one for you. And I'm just like, bro, stop. It's not candy. Stop passing it out.
That's just for real. And I was just like, damn. Because, like, the thing with bargains is you got to word those right.
Yeah.
And
no, she's just like, oh, you're a beast that I don't know what it is. And Cassian is like, I almost said Kathy. Cassian is like deathly afraid of you. You want to make a deal? And I was like, bro, no. What are you doing, bro?
Where did Bryaxis go, though?
I don't know. Like, he's mentioned to be, like, missing in this book, and then also the next one. It mentions, like, I know we should go find him, but, like, we don't want to.
I wonder if that's going to be a part of a new book.
Maybe. I really hope she does write more, because this is a series that I would never get tired of, honestly.
Oh, the other thing is Bryaxis a boy or a girl? Because for some reason...
I got man vibes.
I got women vibes.
Did you? I got man vibes just because. It's
But not like frilly women. Like, I mean, like, badass kind of.
like
women.
Farrah.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, now,
Yeah.
yeah. Me hoy, me noi. But no, I got male vibes, but I guess technically to be non-binary.
Yeah, because it's not a being.
Yeah.
Technically, like a physical.
It's a thing.
They don't got anatomy.
Amryn wasn't a girl.
Amryn
She
was
just
was. Yeah.
She was.
That actually is how they say it in the book.
Yeah, she's like, I just was. And then I picked a female form because it was more symmetrical and pleasing to look at. And I was just like, we got boobies. No, I was just like, man, go women. We're nice to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think that's all my notes. I don't think I even wrote buzzwords for Oh, no, I did. Okay, I have buzzwords. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, then. Buzzwords. Will read again, which is I don't do. Unputdownable. And that's it. I thought I had 3, but I don't see a third one.
My little notes next to my rating say really slow beginning. For me, it didn't get good until after like 70% into the book.
Yeah. The war thing kind of, my face vibrated when I said war, and now my eyes are crooked. I can't explain that. Anyways, the war thing like really threw me off because I'm kind of like, get back to the sex. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was just like, man, it's so much, especially with Hybrid and then these other creatures, and then the dude that's in the pond. I don't know. It's all kind of stuff being introduced in this.
It is a lot.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to wrap my head around everything, so I kind of just like skimmed over some things. I'm a sinner.
Ooh, you sinner.
Yeah,
oh, this is still counted as a medium-paced book.
Is it? I guess, I mean, it's not like slow pace. Like, I've read slow pace. It's kind of like I had to force myself to read it. This isn't that.
It was just a struggle. Like, I just kept reading it, and like I knew, because like I said, with these books that we do for the show,
yeah,
I want to finish them.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to leave stuff as like not finished because I want like everything.
It took me 11 days to read this book.
This one, because with the whole Alexa Assist thing with the audio version of this stuff,
yeah,
really helped because I could listen to it while driving.
Yeah,
and I didn't have to wait to like continue reading. This took me 6 days.
Ooh,
but the other books took me like way longer.
Way longer. The last one took me forever to get through.
It felt like forever for me, but we can get into that
we'll
in that
get into
episode.
Yeah, we won't jump ahead. We're nice.
But your rating's obviously a 5-star.
You know me, the pleaser.
Mine is a 4.25.
Oh my god.
I still like Mist and Fury better than I like this one. It was a good good conclusion to like the war stuff, you know? It ended really well.
Yeah.
It's just that whole beginning to it that really
just drug on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like with Mist and Fury, I really like the character development in Feyre.
Yeah.
That's what I think makes me really like the book.
Yeah.
More than I like this one.
It makes her into a girl queen instead of a little girl that just sits there twiddling her thumbs, waiting for the men to handle the problems.
Right. Exactly.
We love a strong female lead.
We do.
It's my world. You're just living in it. Okay. Any more notes? Any more thoughts?
That's pretty much it. We really like jumped around with everything.
I know, but like I didn't have a whole lot of notes on that one, but most of it was memory because I've already read it 4 times. So, okay. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Bibliophiles Audiophiles. Catch us next week on the flip side. I don't know where that came
was so cringy.
I'll see you on the flippity flip. I don't know why I turn into a dude when I say stupid stuff. Probably because men are stupid, if I was to go ahead and guess. But yeah, we have a email. It is biblioaudiopod. Stop yawning. At Gmail. You're going to make me yawn. Stop. You
shush, because you kept yawning every time I was talking.
Listen, bro, I'm tired.
Me too.
Anyways, we have an email at biblioaudiopod@gmail.com. You can catch us on Insta. I don't know why I keep throwing weird stuff. I sound like a surfer dude. You can catch us on Insta at biblioaudiopodcast is our handle.
And
October.
we are going, I was getting there. We are going to be at the Summerton, Alabama Book Fest on October 14th. We're going to have a cute little booth there with some cute little things. So if you're in the area, you want to come and see us, come.
Oh.
I mean, listen, their little, when I looked up their book fest thing, you know, for the date and stuff like that, their little thing said mysteries, histories, and smut. Oh my.
Oh my.
So, you know,
that. So, anyways, yeah. So catch us there. We will be posting information.
Sure. I don't know where you're going with that.
We will be posting information about that on the Instagram, and maybe, I know there, do we have show notes? Can we put that in show notes? A link to the website? I'm pretty sure we can. We'll try. Yeah, no.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, we'll see.
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.